Stephen, Bible Heroes in Poetry. By Faye Colum Fairley. A church in Jerusalem, people gave freely. To the widows, the less fortunate, and needy. Their time was taken delivering donations. No time was left to deliver an education. The apostles agreed to select 7 men who were spirit-filled and talk against sin. One man was special out of the 7. He gave the gifts and still talked of heaven. Preached so strong, they could feel God's power. If he talked of brimstone, they felt the fire. Stephen knew salvation was not only for Jews. All believing in God could be saved too. Stephen preached of God's love so well, and that Gentiles could be saved from hell. This infuriated some Jews in the church. To complete their evil, they did the absurd. They called many who agreed to lie and talk against Stephen, they testified. These people lying, they already knew of Ananias, and the lot that he drew. He had lied, and was quickly struck dead. They hoped Stephen would pay that debt. They convinced men of Stephen's false sin. But God in heaven judges all men. They brought Stephen to the council of men to answer the charges they placed on him. The priest asked, "Are these things so?" With spirit-filled valor, Stephen then spoke. "You people of hard hearts, I'm here to say, you've turned your back on all God's ways. Through generations, starting with Abraham, there is but one God, the great I Am. God has sent blessings time and again. You turned your backs, O foolish men." These accusations, although they were true, were not received well by the irate Jews. They ran toward Stephen as starving beasts. They gnashed at him with their nails and teeth. Stephen then looked at heaven and said, "Jesus is not sitting, but he's standing instead." The Jews heard this, they covered their ears. Hearing this filled them with anger and fears. For they knew 2 reasons Jesus would stand: to plea, or either to judge people of the land. They dragged Stephen from the council room. They took him outside to finish his doom. As they stoned him, Stephen just prayed, "Receive my spirit, O Lord, this day." Last words of Stephen were for these men: "O Lord, hold not this sin against them." The stoning continued until Stephen died, the first man to be slain for Jesus Christ.